Hello everyone. Turtleags here bringing you another AFK journey video. Today I'm going to talk about Eironn, go over his kit, go over some team compositions for him, and then I will do some showcases. So Eironn is a character who I've talked a lot about with my guildmates as well as my viewers who are saying hi to YouTube and their mom and Jin's mom. Oh my god. Yeah. And so I'm very excited because a lot of people are talking about the potential of Eironn, who you pair him up with. And I was talking to Kaki Gotcha this morning, and he was telling me about how my idea of pairing Eironn up with a magic user like Carolina is actually something that Pridewind cooked up, and Pridewind actually added another magic damage dealer in the form of, and go ahead and show you the team. So basically the optimal team is going to be a 3 Wilder and 2 Graveborn team consisting of a crowd control, in the form of Eironn, this elf person here, the star of this video, as well as Carolina, her ability to not only do a lot of magic damage and dealing splash damage, but also freezing the unit that is the target of that attack. I think freezing for at least 4 seconds. And then to kind of round out the roster, we also have Arden. And Arden is kind of the spice that we add because he's purely damage. Lots and lots of lightning showering down, and as you level him up more, you are able to increase the range of the radius of his lightning. So with that in mind, let's go over his kit. So Eironn, he is a Wilder rogue. Keep in mind that he is a 1 range unit, and even though he is magic, he is 1 range, which actually makes him a lot worse. I think if he was a ranged unit that had his ability, he'd be probably S tier, but he's still pretty good in the right team. And I will show you the team formation where to put Eironn to maximize his survivability, because you really want him to be alive to continuously group the enemies together into one clump for the magic users to rain down their magic. So basically what makes Eironn so powerful is his ultimate, which is the Verdant Cyclone. It is exactly how it sounds, where he selects a tile, pulls the enemy within 2 tiles to the center, and then it creates an explosion that deals damage as well within 2 tile radius. So basically anyone who was suctioned into that area, and also immobilizing them for 3 seconds, so they are unable to move or to use their movement skills for 3 seconds. And this is very important because when you combine this with the spell that locks down the enemies in position, the combination of Eironn as well as that purple spell that I'll show you later, you are able in the right environment to keep the enemies from declustering, if you will. And the last clause, Eironn prioritizes choosing a tile with the most surrounding enemies. So you can kind of guesstimate what that will be. Usually it'll be the enemy in the center, because when we jump over to Mythic Plus, this is what makes this team click. Basically, at the start of the turn, he casts an ultimate that does not require energy. And yeah, the damage will be less, but this is okay because you're really using Eironn for the grouping to allow the magic damage dealers to have maximum damage output potential. Then kind of going over the rest of his kit, this is really interesting. So, Ice Spike, he deals damage to enemies within a 3 tile radius, reduces their haste by 50 for 5 seconds. And thanks to the help of someone in my chat, a beta tester, I found out that haste is basically how fast you can generate energy to cast your ultimates. So it's pretty cool. He groups the enemies, keeps them from moving, and then he does his 3-tile arc to potentially catch most of them, because he is melee after all, and this allows him to make it so that it takes longer for those enemies to cast their ultimate, which kind of helps with your survivability. Yeah, and then the most important part actually is decreasing their magic defense by 40% for 5 seconds. Now, if you have him Supreme Plus, that is, you will also have an additional 15%. So you will basically at Supreme Plus have a 55% magic defense shred. And this is where the magic users love Eironn, especially the ones that deal splash damage. And then Hero Focus as well as Tempest Guard are different ways to improve his survivability, which is a really tricky thing, by the way. But I imagine that with more investment into Eironn, you're able to keep him alive better. So with Tempest Guard, Eironn gains a shield that blocks 280% damage for 10 seconds. Additionally, Eironn gains 50% dodge rate while the shield is active. So he's kind of like the hermit from Maple Story, where his evasion's so high that the enemies miss half the time when attacking him. But that dodge rate, that 50% dodge rate, will fall off once the shield is broken. So just FYI. Okay, so and then for Hero Focus, Eironn increases his range defense by 15 during battle. So, this Hero Focus actually won't matter that much unless you're having a difficult time swarming the enemies. Like sometimes you'll be in a map where maybe one minion is unable to be suctioned in. I did face that earlier. So that one enemy that's bouncing around out of the cyclone and targeting potentially your Eironn would do less damage. Yeah, so that's the idea. So now that we've talked about Eironn's kit, let's go ahead and talk about this team. As a matter of fact, I'm going to showcase this team. And I was waiting for PvP to actually do this because I pretty much wiped the board clean, the world map clean with everything I could possibly kill. But actually, I did level up a little bit for the daily reset, so maybe we can make this team work. So we'll go ahead and do the positioning here. So this is the excuse me, this is the positioning that I recommend. So basically you want Thorin to be in the front and have him share his bond with Haywen. Basically you have the best tank in the game who has the potential to revive and continue tanking, and you have the most defensive healer in the game who happens to be a wilder, Haywen, who is, when she casts her ultimate, she does a burst heal, is immune to crowd control for 6 seconds, and also, most importantly, applies 30% damage reduction to all your party members. And this helps further improve the survivability of your team because you want to maintain maximum damage output. So, when we place the units, obviously you want the mages to be on the far end. However, I would also place, where is he? Yeah, I would place Eironn in the back. And the reason is because I really want to keep him alive as long as possible. He is a rogue. He's very squishy. And that shield, yeah, he'll dodge 1 or 2 attacks, but it's like you're trying to win the 50-50 every single time. He's going to get into, be under threat to be KO'd if you're not careful. And this was the spell that I was telling you about, the confining spell. What makes this spell very powerful, and is, by the way, a very commonly used spell in PvP, the upper echelons of PvP, it deals damage to enemies and imprisons them periodically. So this helps further aid in keeping the enemies rooted into their cluster formation once Eironn has actually bundled them together. And you know, the higher level, you know, the spell is, the longer the duration. So with that said, let's go ahead and try this team. Now this team, as you can see by the power, is much higher. Well, it's about 20k points higher than us, but I did have trouble with this team and I'm not sure how it's going to go, but let's go ahead and give this a try. So, you know, starting with the, yep, and then they're clustered. Yep, good. Everything's going well. Shield has not been broken yet. Okay, and yeah, I saw the confining spell already locked them in position. Okay, and remember, Carolina is freezing them. They're trying to escape, but they can't. They're locked down. And I think this is a victory. So this is, you know, we were about the same might, and you see the power of this team when they are able to be clustered like that. I think the only problem with this team is that the single target is not the best. This is really like, this is like the perfect team to for mobs of enemies. So I'm just gonna plug in my laptop before the battery runs out. Okay, we managed to clear this with 15 seconds to spare. This, mind you, was a very, this was a stage that I was stuck on last night. So the extra level or two did help us even the playing field there. So we can actually do another showcase. We'll keep doing it until we get stuck, and then we'll go to PvP and do more showcases. And if we get stuck, I'll explain to you how to make the adjustment, and we'll try it together. Okay, so same thing here. We group them. Now there's certain units that cannot be grouped or tend to jump out of the way or are immune to CC. So that's kind of Monka S with this team. Oh yeah, Eironn died. So that happens more frequently the stronger the enemies are. But usually if you have an invested team, your mages should be able to be able to finish them off before they degroup. Now this is a very bad stage for this kind of team because there's walls that keep them, like you can't cluster them. So I'll kind of show you what happens if you can't cluster them together. Can this team still function? So that's the question. Oh, and that guy runs really fast, took out our mage, but maybe there's still hope, we'll see. We might still win. Yeah, so oh, we actually won still, even with the walls. So that would have been a cleaner kill if we clear if we didn't have those walls. But anyways, we'll keep going. So you kind of start to notice they're getting powerful. They're now 55k power above me, but can we still control them enough where it's manageable? So that person hopped away, which kind of affects our DPS, but Carolina, thanks to her kit, still targets the largest group. She plops the ice on the largest group, so you still get the benefit from Eironn. Okay, so we're having very good showcases, you know, even though they are stronger than us, but we're doing all right. So we'll just keep pushing until we're not doing so well, and then we'll kind of decide what to do from there. Okay, Thorin died, and that guy broke formation, but you know, we're actually doing really well. We're doing really well. Yeah, this is good. Okay, I'm just showing you as many examples as I can, that way. Oh, and 690, so this will be the real test. Let's see here. The might is lower. Oh yeah, these cheapskates. Okay. Oh, that was the... Okay, I wonder if we can still beat this. The beauty of this team is that even if they rush at you like this, because of my positioning, so my you know, my Eironn is protected because he's in between all three of those characters. We're actually pushing quite far. Yeah, so this is a team that is, you know, Pridewind believes to be pretty effective, and now I'm starting to see why it is. You know, it's not a perfect team. However, with proper investment, you can make it work. Even if, yeah, they get out of the declustering. Yeah, we'll just keep going here. So, you know, as I play this more and more, I have increasing confidence that perhaps this team might do okay in PvP. What I'm worried about for PvP is that 4 out of 5 of the stages have walls, and this is just not the team to bring on stages like that. However, if you're pushing AFK stages, it's entirely possible that this team may carry you quite far. It's just really nice that Haywin is part of the team. I would say Haywin is the glue that makes this work, because without Haywin you wouldn't have the 30% damage mitigation, damage reduction for your entire team. You wouldn't have the burst heals. Survivability is key. If both mages are kept alive and far away from the mob, then you're going to be golden. Yeah, we're doing extremely well, and mind you, even though my Eironn is Supreme Plus, but he doesn't have any investment in his EX weapon, so he could be a little tankier or hit a bit harder. The most important thing is that he survives. Yeah, so you know, it's really quite nice. Like, he's dodging quite well. Okay, the shield broke, so he might be in danger of dying. Oh, and actually, my mage died. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, let me see. What was I going to say? Arden is kind of like a glass cannon. Okay, so now that I wiped for the first time, what do I do? Oh, interesting. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, oops. My bad. I got that confused with the arena. Oh, what is this? Okay, I don't know what that is. Oh, maybe starting 696, you get to choose your opponent? Is that what that is? Okay. Oh, I don't like those tornadoes. Yeah, they're annoying. But we're CCing them, but they do a ton of damage. Yeah, I think this is where we move on to another stage. Yeah. Turtle, do we know how the Primal Lord is going to work? Oh, sorry, what does that mean? Oh wait, I shouldn't be doing this right now. Let's do more showcases. Ask a question on Discord with screenshots. Oh, okay. I'm filming a video right now. Monka S. Sorry. Okay, let's go to PvP and showcase this Eironn team. Let's go to the battle modes. We'll go to arena. My bad. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So now we are pretty high up. These guys are pretty well invested. Oh, there's an Eironn team, but they're not playing the traditional Eironn team. So we can find out here. Well, actually, I'm much stronger than him. So. Oh, here's another Eironn team. But whose Eironn team is better, mine's or theirs? Well, I mean, my power's a lot higher, but we can go ahead and show off our abilities. Now, Vala is kind of tricky to deal with. So I probably would face off against this team. I'm not threatened by this team. Although I do want more points. Well, this team doesn't have any faction synergy, so it's not a team I would even recommend. Well, actually, this one doesn't either. Okay. 249. Okay. I guess you guys get to see what Vala does. Hey Toge, welcome to the video. You're in a video right now. Alright, so this will be an interesting showcase. Let's go ahead and change to our team, shall we? So this is a little tricky because, you know, Vala shenanigans, but we will manage this accordingly. And this is really Monka-esque because ideally I don't want... Okay. So in a situation like this, what I'm going to do... Just go like that. Yeah, that way it's on the healer. So this is a little adjustment. Yeah, because Thorin will absorb the healer's damage and will heal that off. So that's the adjustment I needed to make for Vala. So that's how you... I think it should counter Vala. Let's see. And looking at the setup here, the main damage healers I need to worry about, I need to make sure Vala does not get into invincibility mode. So let's test this out if this team is able to keep her in check. And maybe she'll jump around. Let's find out. Okay, so we grouped them together. Alright. We locked them down with the confining spell. I think we're doing okay. Yep, we're doing a lot of splash damage. Okay, and actually we did pretty well. We were 50k might above them, but the mechanic worked out perfectly. Everything went according to plan. So that's kind of the beauty of that team. Okay, and then we have... Interesting, we have another Vala team with Temesia. Okay, we have our guild member here. I'm gonna... Let's see. Interesting. Oh, Michael is the one I lost to yesterday. He's running an interesting team. You guys can take a look and, you know, you can... Maybe I'll test that team composition someday. I'll go ahead and screenshot it. I'm not going to sacrifice my points today. I want to win every single match. Not Cowboy Dan. Yeah, but I need the points there, Monka. Yeah. A lot of my chat are my guildmates, so don't tell Cowboy Dan. Hopefully he's not in chat. Yeah, so we will see if our Eironn team can do well against him. We are 80k points above him. Oh, this Monka-esque stage. Okay. So, let me see here. So we gotta dodge the Rainer shenanigans, which might be really hard to do. And actually, I'm kind of curious. Well, actually having him here is kind of nice. Oh. He can take Eironn. Alright. And, okay. Yeah, so that's how you, deal with Rainer. Alright, here we go. Let's try it. Swirl them. Perfect. Yep. You lock them down with the confining spell. Yeah. Okay. So actually the walls didn't affect us that much. Actually the walls helped us because they were all Monka-esque behind the wall. So that was pretty good. So we keep going. We might be able to actually clear all of PvP with this team. It's pretty good. I like it. I do have a more favorite team though, which I'll show in another video. But let's see. This is a spicy Vala team. I like it. Wow, interesting. Interesting. So this guy, I think just put all his good units there, but I do want to protect my score, so I'm going to go against this team. I do want to see how this Vala team does against my Eironn team. So, okay, so same stage there. So we're going to manage the Vala shenanigans. How do we do that? We do it like that. Okay, and we'll keep, oops, we'll keep him protected. Oh, looks like we have to do it that way. Okay. So we'll kind of do it like that. It's kind of Monka-esque because Eironn might die, but it's the best we can do. If we group them, hopefully it'll be okay. So we group them, okay. And that actually worked out quite well. They kind of, his team moves around a bit more, but we still managed to at least get some splash damage to begin with. Okay, so doing well with this team. Alright. Jin, okay, I'm definitely not going against Jin. Okay, so this is our basically the only opponent we can go against. Ooh, Kuratha. Holy. This is for science. Okay, it's interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and challenge her. Hey, yo. Hey, Jin. I'm definitely not going to face you. Oh, this Monka-ass stage. Okay, so let's see here. Man, I really need to change my team comp. Dude, I hate this stage. What do I do? Oh, this might be the stage for Eironn, actually. This might be the stage for Eironn. Let's see. So the way Vala works, she targets the furthest side. What I'm not comfortable with. We might not do so well here. I really don't do well on this stage. Not that great, but... Hi, Mr. Scarlita. Yeah, Jin is our Scarlita aficionado. You know what? I'm just going to keep everyone on this side. Yeah. It's kind of Monka-esque, but we'll make it work. Okay. So this map is crazy. Okay, this is the tank, right? Or the rogue? I really want to keep the bond. So what I'll do is we'll do something like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I think I like this formation. It's kind of Monka, but we'll suction them together. Okay, I think this will work. Yeah, this map, I lose most of my matches on this map because I just don't know, but we'll see if this works. Should be okay. So we're both going to swirl. Now, who swirls better? Okay. So we won that, and Carolina freezes. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so we actually did pretty well there. Nice. Yeah, this team is more well-oiled than that team. Like, this one has way more synergy, and with this team, I was able to push into Legendary 1. So that's pretty awesome. We're in the upper tiers, so we'll keep pushing with this team. I actually really like it. It could be a meta-defining team. Okay, so now we're going to use our refreshes. We're going to get as much Eironn gameplay today as possible before the video ends. Okay, so we're in the upper echelons. Okay, so I guess at this point we're kind of forced to face Michael or the middle guy. At this point, guys, I'm going to pick the weakest enemy because they're all quite strong. So that's actually a very... It's interesting. I don't think anyone follows the faction comp bonus anymore. Yeah, that is interesting. So they don't, this team doesn't really have much synergy. So I think we'll be okay. Okay, so go like that. And Carolina. The most important thing is I cannot let Vala take any kills, so I have to have the tankiest person possible, which I think is going to be, yeah, I think this might be it. Have the healer take it. Okay. So this is not ideal, but hopefully the swirling will allow Eironn to stay alive and for my tank Thorin to rush forwards. We'll see if this works. And don't forget the confining spell, that's key. I tried other spells, but this is the ideal one. Now here we go. Vortex them. Okay, we're raining magic damage on them. I think we're doing pretty good. Okay, so we're on a win streak right now. We haven't dropped a set yet, which is good. We like to see that. Ooh, I'm promoted again. Cool. I'm curious about our ranking right now. I'm rank 9 right now. Okay. So I think we're pushing pretty hard right now. Let's keep going. Oh, okay. I guess I'll have to face Michael. Yeah, the enemies are getting tougher. I really don't want to face Michael. Let me refresh. Oh, whoops. Okay, this one I can handle. Oh, actually, Cowboy Dan we handled pretty well. Yeah, I kind of want to go against this one. Yeah. I just farmed Michael? Really? I dropped a match against him. That's why I don't want to do it anymore. Okay. So this worked once. This should work again. Let's try it. I think everyone is in the previous formation. Yep, so you can watch the beauty of this. Yeah, the rain cloud's doing lots of damage. And I'm trying to level up Arden's EX weapon so that his thundercloud radius becomes 3 tiles instead of 2. Yeah. So this is not even the optimal, like you can further improve this team by leveling up your EX weapons to like 5. Eironn's EX weapon is not that great. It just increases the damage he does with his Cyclone. What you really care about is Arden's damage output. So, okay, Cowboy Dan. Oh, I'm farming him. Hopefully he doesn't see this video. All right. Yeah, so as you can see, like, ideally you want the match to finish before the second cyclone is needed. And that's where the confining spell comes in, because it kind of prolongs the... Wow. Oh, really, Turtle? Instant skip me? Yeah, I don't want to face you. My points are valuable. I'm pushing hard. Pushing hard here. Nice. Keep going. Ooh, different opponent. Okay, so we got double healer. Okay, I think I can handle this. Okay. Oh, yeah. So this is what I did last time. So this positioning is actually perfect for this team. If you're going to use this team in PvP, you can kind of copy my team formation, because a lot of teams are going to be either Raynor or Vala. I mean, that's all we've seen in the upper echelons. So we'll go ahead and keep pushing here. We are 100k power higher than them, so this is kind of like a mismatch for him. However, you know, we take those, you know, when we're pushing. All right, very nice. We're doing excellent. Okay, so we got one more try, and then we'll wrap up the video. Okay, so I think it's the same guy again. Okay. No shame in picking a weaker opponent, because at the end of the day, a victory is a victory. The arena coins will get you more S tier units, so you really don't want to drop any sets if you can, while still pushing up your tier. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this a try. Yep, Vortex. Same thing, shower the magic, confining spell kicking in. And the cool thing about this team is that it really doesn't matter that they have the confining spell against us, because we're using all the damage is coming from our ranged units who don't care where they are on the map. Yeah. So, you know, hopefully you enjoyed this showcase of Eironn. You know, if you were to ask me if Eironn is good or bad, I would say that Eironn is a very good unit in the right team. And ideally you want to have a team that has a good tank, a good healer, and 2 excellent AoE magic users with crowd control, preferably like Carolina, to further keep them grounded where they're standing. And of course, always have the confining spell and level that up as high as you can if you plan to use a team like this. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I stream every day on twitch.tv/turtlelags. I love streaming this game, so maybe I'll see you there. Take care. Bye-bye.